Vitamin D is often discussed in terms of physical health, bone strength, immune function, and muscle recovery. But what many people don't realize is that this essential nutrient plays a profound role in how we think, feel, and behave. It influences our mood, our mental clarity, and even the way we navigate our daily lives. When levels drop too low, the effects aren't just physical. They seep into the very core of our psychological well-being. In this video, we're going to explore 14 signs of vitamin D deficiency through a different lens. How they shape your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior in ways you might not expect. Let's begin with aching muscles. On the surface, this feels like a purely physical symptom. But think about what it's like to live with persistent discomfort. When your body hurts for no clear reason, it affects your patience, your focus, and your ability to engage with others. You might find yourself snapping at loved ones or avoiding social situations because you're simply uncomfortable. Over time, that constant ache can wear down your emotional resilience, making you feel irritable, withdrawn, and less capable of handling everyday stress. Next is painful bones. When your bones ache, it's not just a sensation, it's a weight that follows you everywhere. You may start to move more cautiously, limiting your activities out of fear that the pain will worsen. This behavioral shift can lead to isolation. You might say no to walks with friends, skip family outings, or avoid physical play with your children. The world begins to shrink, and with it, your sense of freedom and spontaneity. That psychological toll can be just as heavy as the physical pain itself. Then there's fatigue. We all feel tired sometimes, but vitamin D deficiency brings a kind of exhaustion that rest doesn't fix. This isn't just about needing coffee. It's about waking up already drained. When you're in this state, your thoughts become foggy, your motivation evaporates, and your emotions flatten. You stop pursuing hobbies, neglect responsibilities, or cancel plans because you simply don't have the energy to show up. Over time, this chronic fatigue can mimic depression, leaving you feeling disconnected from your own life. Reduced endurance follows a similar pattern. If you're someone who values fitness or physical activity, noticing a drop in stamina can be deeply frustrating. You might start questioning your own discipline and feel like you're losing a part of your identity. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. Even if you're not an athlete, the inability to keep up with daily tasks, like climbing stairs or carrying groceries, can erode your confidence and make you feel older or weaker than you are. Low moods are perhaps the most direct psychological symptom. Vitamin D helps regulate the production of serotonin and dopamine, the neurotransmitters responsible for feelings of happiness and joy. When levels are low, your brain simply has fewer tools to feel good. You might notice that things you once enjoyed no longer bring you pleasure. You may become more pessimistic, more prone to worry, or more sensitive to criticism. This emotional shift doesn't happen in a vacuum. It affects your relationships, your work, and your ability to cope with life's ups and downs. Sleep problems add another layer. When you don't sleep well, your brain doesn't get the rest it needs to process emotions and consolidate memories. You become more reactive, less patient, and more likely to misinterpret neutral situations as threatening. This can lead to conflict at home or work, and over time, it can strain even the strongest relationships. Poor sleep also impairs your ability to regulate emotions, making you more susceptible to anxiety and mood swings. Now consider the symptom of a sweaty head. On its own, it might seem minor. But imagine sitting in a meeting or having a conversation where your forehead is beating with sweat for no reason. That physical response can trigger social anxiety. You might become hyper-aware of how others perceive you, leading to self-consciousness and avoidance in public settings. It's a small thing that can have a big impact on how you show up in the world. Hair loss is another symptom with deep psychological consequences. Our hair is often tied to our identity, our attractiveness, and our sense of self. Losing it, especially unexpectedly, can lead to grief, shame, and a diminished self-image. You might avoid looking in the mirror, withdraw from dating, or feel less confident in professional settings. It's not just about appearance. It's about how you see yourself and how you believe others see you. Slow wound healing might not seem psychological at first, but think about what it's like to live with a body that doesn't repair itself efficiently. Every cut, growing sense of dependence on others. Heart problems tied to vitamin D deficiency carry their own psychological weight. Knowing that your cardiovascular health is at risk can create a persistent undercurrent of anxiety. You might become hyper-aware of every palpitation or chest twinge, interpreting them as signs of danger. This health anxiety can consume mental energy, distract you from daily life, and lead to avoidance of physical exertion, which only compounds the problem. Excessive body weight is a complex issue, but when it's linked to vitamin D deficiency, it can create a frustrating cycle. You may feel stuck, eating well and exercising, yet not seeing results. This can lead to feelings of helplessness, self-blame, and a negative body image. Over time, that emotional burden can trigger emotional eating or complete withdrawal from health efforts, reinforcing the very behaviors you're trying to change. Recurring infections take a toll on your sense of vitality. When you're constantly sick, you start to see yourself as fragile or weak. You may cancel plans, fall behind at work, and feel like your body is working against you. This can lead to a defeatist mindset, where you stop planning for the future because you don't trust your body to show up. It's a slow erosion of hope and optimism. Finally, reduced cognitive function is one of the most alarming signs. When your thinking feels slow, your memory feels unreliable, and your ability to concentrate slips, it can shake your confidence to the core. You might feel like you're losing your edge, or worse, that something is seriously wrong with your brain. This fear can lead to avoidance of mentally demanding tasks, social withdrawal, and a deep sense of insecurity about your own capabilities. So what does all of this mean? It means that vitamin D deficiency isn't just a lab value or a physical diagnosis. It's a condition that can quietly reshape your inner world. It influences how you feel about yourself, how you interact with others, and how you move through your daily life. The good news is that this is often reversible. By addressing the deficiency, whether through sunlight, diet, or supplementation, you're not just supporting your bones and muscles. You're giving your brain the tools it needs to regulate mood, process emotions, and engage with the world with clarity and confidence. If any of these signs resonate with you, consider getting your vitamin D levels checked. It's a simple blood test that can unlock answers you've been searching for. And remember, your mental and emotional health are just as important as your physical health. They're all connected. If this video gave you a new perspective on vitamin D, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our future content. Thanks for watching, and take care of your mind and body.